Okay, so in case you haven't heard, last week Walmart made a massive boo-boo and accidentally leaked the names of some of the games that may be announced at E3 next month. Wowza. Some of the leaks included the new Assassin's Creed game, Rage 2, Lego Villains, and Gears of War 5, but the most exciting title on that list for me was Borderlands 3. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the Borderlands series, a true kind of fiery love that burns within the ventricles of my heart. When the first Borderlands game came out in 2009, I was living in the Gold Coast working an evening job. That makes me sound like I was a prostitute. I was not a prostitute. I worked in a haunted house. My then boyfriend used to work during the day, and so in order to game together, because amazingly Borderlands has offline co-op, he used to come home at 6 p.m. and sleep while I was at work. And then he would set his alarm for midnight when I came home, and we would game into the night. Then at 8 a.m. he'd go to work, I would sleep during the day, rinse and repeat. That's how much we loved this game. I basically saw no daylight for like 3 months straight. Borderlands 2 was released 3 years later and again was an awesome game, arguably even better than the first one. And then the third game was released in 2014, which was the pre-sequel, and that told the story of the events leading up to the first and second games. Technically, because it was the pre-sequel, it could be considered Borderlands 0, and then Borderlands 1 and 2 making the new game Borderlands 3. Yeah, that makes sense. If you haven't played any of the Borderlands games, firstly, you are a broken human, and secondly, these are some of the most fun shooters of all time. You can play as a number of characters, each with their own unique characteristics and abilities. My favourites were Lilith, Mordecai, and Athena, but I also love Claptrap. And I know that you're not supposed to love Claptrap, but I don't care. I love him. He is adorable. They added him as a playable character in the third game, and when you select him, a little screen comes up saying, "Oh no, you've made a mistake. You accidentally selected Claptrap." And then you're like, "No." And then it says, "Wait, you intentionally selected Claptrap?" And then you're like, "Yep." And then it goes, "Are you sure? This is your final chance. Do you want to play as Claptrap?" And then you go like, "Yep." And it's like, "Well, alright, we can't help you here." It's pretty funny stuff. Which leads me to another reason why these games are so good, the humour. The humour in the Borderlands games is spot on. I've never laughed so much in a franchise than I have with Borderlands.
Light the fuses, bitches!
There are also heaps of awesome Easter eggs and references in these games. My favourite being in the pre-sequel where I was playing and all of a sudden a monolith appeared. And I shot at it and it didn't seem to do anything until I walked into it and... 2001 A Space Odyssey reference! Oh, so cool! Walmart has since come forward and been like, "Whoops, my bad you guys. But like, we don't know anything about E3." Which kind of makes sense, like why would they have any knowledge about the E3 game releases? Maybe I'm getting excited over this for nothing. But you know what? I'm gonna live in hope. I'm gonna live in hope. Anyway, that's it from me today. I just wanted to verbalize the inner schoolgirl screaming that is going on in my head right now about a potential new Borderlands game. I can't wait till next month to find out if this is for real or not. I really hope it is. But in the meantime, what games out of the leak are you most looking forward to? Pop your comments in the comment section below. Thanks as always for watching. You guys are the best. I will see you here for the next one. Caw-caw!